Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 111. 111. I'm Ryan. I'm here with my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin, and it's going to be a fun night tonight, or morning, or whenever you're listening to this.
Yes.
Yes.
Party.
If not, we'll give you your money back.
Oh.
Oh, wait. What?
They pay us? What?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Anyways, thanks for paying us. Chris is back from the Comic-Con in San Diego.
Ooh,
Somebody asked
Comic-Con
me.
International.
Yeah, somebody asked me. I said that you were at Comic-Con. And they're like, "Oh, which one?" I was like, "Is that the Comic-Con in San Diego?"
The Comic-Con.
They're like, "Oh, fancy."
Wow.
None of them fake ones.
No, this is the
Wannabes.
Big Daddy, Big Mama. When you taking me to Comic-Con? I'll put you on the spot.
I don't know. When you get a ticket?
Well, you get 2 every year, so I'll wrestle your wife for the other one.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you want to wrestle her. She'll probably just drive over you with her Tesla.
Or I can take the Tesla and be like, if you want the Tesla back, give me your ticket.
I don't think it will end like you think it will.
No, yeah. you know, like in nature, like a lioness and her cub, and like you try and get in between the two. What happens? I mean, that's basically my wife and her Tesla.
Oh, well, I'll think of something.
For those those mothers that have to like lift a car like off some like their child.
Maybe I'll make friends with the TSA and then get her banned from airlines. I don't know.
Oh, we got TSA pre-check, so.
That's what I'm saying. I'll make friends with the TSA.
Oh.
You'll get unchecked.
Yeah, unchecked.
Because the TSA, they know what they're doing. We just watched Get Out. I showed Jennifer and the person staying here with us Get Out because they hadn't seen it. And still, that guy, TSA guy, is my favorite. He's so funny. We get it done. Anyways, so you went to Comic-Con because you're a professional.
I am a professional. I get professional passes because I work in the industry.
Oh, it's so fancy.
So fancy. Yeah, if you work in movies, video games, TV, whatever, like you can go online, you can get free tickets.
What can I do? We're a podcast. That's like that's the industry.
Radio.
Yeah, it's radio.
Yeah. You can try. You can try it.
Might as well.
Might as well.
But for me, like you have to present like your IMDb page, so you have to like take a screenshot of your IMDb page and send it in and go, look, I worked on these things.
I can make one of those. I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody can make one of those.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird how they do it. It's like before you had to actually like print out the page, like copy the page off the IMDb page, print it out, and send that in. It's like I got to print out a website to send it, whatever. But yeah, I haven't been in like 5 or 6 years, and then you weren't sure if you were going to be able to get a +1 or not. But now it seems like it's kind of standard that you get a +1, so that's great. And
nice.
we weren't sure if we're going to go like even though I haven't been in 5 years, I always get the tickets just in case, but you never know. And this year was the 50th anniversary, and they actually mailed the tickets this year, and that's probably what did it while we went, because we got them in the mail. It came in this like nice black box with like gold lettering on it with the 50th anniversary. Opened it up, I was like, oh, tickets. Oh, we have them in our hand. and Gene was like, well, let me just look at the hotel, just see if there's any rooms, because we're like, there won't be any rooms. They'll all be sold out. There just happened to be a room available. So we're like, okay, we have to go. Like it's meant to be.
Well, maybe one day before I die, I'll get to experience it.
Yes.
One day. I don't know if I ever will, but probably not. I'll go to the.
There's looking on the bright side, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look up there.
I'm not in the industry, so Somebody did give me, one of my friends, Michael Davis, who's been on the show, did give me a Funko Pop, during Comic-Con weekend, so that makes me feel like I was there, because Funko's like everywhere there, right?
Yeah, but like, so the Funko booth did something different this year. Like, I don't know if they've done it the past few years like this, but I found it annoying. They have the Funko booth, and so they have these like exclusives. All the like a lot of places have like Funko has all these exclusives. They had like the Big Bang characters dressed up as the DC characters. Like when for the Halloween episode, they had a bunch of stuff like that. But for some reason, so there's like this like lottery thing you can do with Comic-Con to where you can get certain exclusives or get like signings with people. But you can only buy those exclusives if you won the lottery. So they had the booth with all this stuff in it, but I couldn't go buy any of it because I didn't win the lottery for it.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it was stupid. Like, you had to win a lottery to go buy something. I'm like, why?
How did you enter the lottery?
Like on the Comic-Con website, each day you get a certain number of like tokens or whatever that you can put towards what you'd want to get. And I didn't realize that you have to do that for the Funko Pops, but I didn't put anything like that anyway. I put them up for signings because the signings, if you won that, they were free. You have to pay anything for. And Jenny, my wife, actually won to get signing for Arrow, which was really cool to meet the cast of Arrow. But it was fun, so that was cool. But I mean, I can just go straight into, if you want, like my experience. There and everything, or like I don't know.
No, I mean you can. We'll just sit back and take a nap, and you talk. And I got the Slimer Funko. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that. He got me the Slimer one from Ghostbusters with the hot dogs in his mouth. It's pretty fun. Anyways, it's fun. Yeah, I like it.
It's very fun.
Yeah, you can just Pedro and I will sit back.
Well, I'll just briefly go through my experience.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Everybody, I'm sure they're on the edge of their seat.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Because we had a really good Comic-Con. This is like the best one I've been to in terms of what happened while I was there. Because we flew in like super early Saturday and we left and got back late Sunday, so it was a quick trip. But like I said, my wife won the signing for Arrow, but she had to go and pick up a wristband in order to go to it. She had to pick that up by 9 a.m. and we're cutting it close by getting there. So she went to go get her band, and I went to go check into our hotel, which is right next door to the convention center, which is awesome because we could just walk back and forth and take breaks if we needed to. With that, though, I wasn't even thinking there's probably going to be like famous people staying at this hotel with us. Because after I checked in, I started walking to the elevator, and there was Gendy Tartakovsky just sitting in the lobby, just talking with someone else. Gendy Tartakovsky, he did the Clone Wars cartoon, like the very first one, the 2D animated.
Oh, that's impressive that you recognized him.
I know. Well, I recognize people. Like I wasn't quite sure. I had to look him up on IMDb just to be sure, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's him. And it's like Samurai Jack, and he's done a bunch of great stuff. But yeah, he was just sitting there in the lobby, just talking to somebody. So I went up to the room, put our stuff in there, and came back, got in the elevator, and I was getting in the elevator. There were these two women on there, and they were dressed really nice, like a nice dress and everything. And like my first thought was, Yeah, ooh la la. No, my second thought was, there's they're not here for Comic-Con, obviously, but then but then like I looked at her again. I was like, she looks a little familiar. And then she started talking, and I was like, "Oh, that's Supergirl."
Was she wearing glasses? That's why you didn't recognize her?
She wasn't wearing glasses. So,
She wasn't.
she was in a nice kind of almost like country dress type thing.
Oh,
I
you
don't
know, the country dress.
Country dress.
Country dress. It was
What's
like
a country dress?
It's like I don't. It's like it looked like someone in the South.
Little House on the Prairie.
I don't know. It was just like a pattern. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Anyways.
I'm not a stylist. Anyways,
Did you ask
So
her
she
if she
was-
was wearing her costume underneath her dress?
no, I didn't. But I wanted to say something to her, but I didn't want to interrupt her because she was talking with her person. Because I always feel weird, kind of like talking to people that might be famous or whatever, because I don't want to interrupt them or annoy them or anything, and I'm really awkward anyway. So see, so there was a lull. They were talking about her friend was talking about some like fancy huge wedding or something that they'd gone to, some star, I don't know who it was, but there was a lull in the conversation. So I just kind of looked back at her. I was like, oh hey, I just wanted to mention you do a really good job.
That's all you didn't say for what?
That's all I said. I was like, you do a really good job. And she's like, oh, well, thank you.
Probably wasn't her. And she's like, really good job at what? Standing in the elevator? Wearing my country dress?
No, on her show. She knows she's Supergirl.
No, I'm just saying it was
She
probably
knows
wasn't
who she
her.
is.
It was somebody else that looked like her.
No, it was her because later I saw pictures and she was wearing this.
She was wearing the country dress.
The country dress.
Okay.
The country. As you do.
You do a really good job of standing there in the elevator.
You do a nice job standing. Which, like, the two other people in the elevator probably thought that because they didn't know who she was. So they probably thought, why is this guy saying this girl does a really good job? What? But when she left the elevator, she like acknowledged me again, and she's like, "Oh, thank you again," and so that was really nice. She was super nice to me.
Super nice.
Super nice.
Awkward person.
Didn't offer to like take a picture or autograph or anything.
Yeah, like I kind of said that to her and kind of turned away so they could continue their conversation. Like I didn't want to.
You had your camera up, like your phone, like up, like all like
I
flashed
just-
it.
I-
It was like, oh, the flash is
hit-
on.
I hit all the buttons on the elevator so to stay in there. Longer.
Yeah.
Should have just hit the like alarm button so it just like shuts down or whatever. I was like, oh, oops.
Let me speak my fan stories.
I've got a fan theory. Oh, great. Another one of those.
You could have done an impromptu interview for I Am Geek.
I could have in my really awkward way. But yeah, it was really nice. I mean, she was super nice about it, and she left the elevator, and yeah. But anyway, so from there, met up with Jenny. We went on the floor. It's just a cattle herd. Like I mean, it's just so many people on the floor. But all kinds of cool stuff. Like Nickelodeon had actually made the Krabby Shack.
Yeah.
From SpongeBob, huge. They actually had that on the floor, but we went to
Krabby Shack. Huh?
Is that what that's?
No.
That doesn't seem right.
No,
it's not right.
Not right. It's
Krabby Patties.
It's Krabby Patty, the Krusty Krab.
Yeah.
Krusty Krab.
Yeah, the Krabby Shack.
The Krabby Shack.
Is that like Caddyshack?
Sorry,
it's
we're
a little
like
place where we can get together and have a Krabby Patty. But we went up and hit up like a bunch of the artists that we like. Brittany Lee, she designed Elsa, she was there with the booth. We went and talked to her for a little bit, which
I
was
had a
cool.
question about that. So I saw, since we're right there in that conversation, so I saw that the artwork, you guys bought some artwork, right? And it's because Jenny put it on our Facebook or something, right?
Yeah.
So it said on the Facebook that this is like our favorite art that we bought. Is it really your favorite art, or is it her favorite art?
Oh no, it's mine too. Because
it looked really like something that no judging, but a female would love to put up. And, it's very cutesy, artsy, and it didn't seem like, superhero Chris. Yeah, this is what I want.
Now there were some superhero artwork there. It was like Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Wonder Woman.
Not that I didn't like the artwork. It just looked like it was more her taste.
No, I do like the artwork.
Okay. I just wondered.
They're very like Hawaiian kind of tropic style stuff, and we like that. We have a bunch of stuff in our house like that.
Because I know, with me, there's a bunch of stuff that we have in our house that I'm like,
oh no, we have stuff like that. But this is stuff that I do like too.
Okay.
But yeah, then we went over to Chris Sanders' booth. He was there. Chris Sanders is the creator of Lilo and Stitch.
Oh.
And also designed the How to Train Your Dragon characters, like the dragon and stuff. And we've met him before, which was cool, but we got to talk to him more. I was wearing my Doom Eternal shirt, and he was interested in that. He was like, "Oh, wow, I played the original. Like, I played Doom 2016, and I can't do it. It's too much. I just can't do it. Like, I tried playing it, and I was like, I'll just try it again. Just play in a little spurts. It'll be good."
Maybe he can get together with Doom and like make a Lilo and Stitch overlay or something.
Oh, there we go. Nice. But like I said, Jenny had won the thing for the Arrow signing, and that was coming up. But unfortunately, she started feeling a little sick. Because it was a long day. It was hot outside, moving around, everything, and she started feeling a little ill. She's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it to go to that.
If I was there, I would have pulled through.
Suck it up, soldier. But we went over to the Warner Brothers booth, and and I was like, my wife, she's feeling ill. We still want to get the signing. Is it possible to transfer the band to me so I can go get stuff signed? She can go back to the room and rest. They're like, that's fine. We can't really cut the band off of you to put it on the other one. We don't have any more band. We just cut the hand off. So like, can you pull it off your hand and maybe put it on your hand? Well, she was able to get it off of her hand. There was no way it was going on my hand. Like, I would have had to like break my thumb to get it on there.
Well, you should have. It's Comic-Con.
I know. That's what I should have done. But
I would have.
Arrow knows how to do it. He could have just showed me. I got it around like the top of my hand. I was like, is this good enough? Like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, there's no way this is going on. So she went back to the room. In the meantime, I actually went by a booth while I was waiting to have to go get in line. Bruce Timm was just sitting in a booth, and there was like nobody there. Bruce Timm was one of the creators behind Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, that Bruce Timm.
That Bruce Timm. And I love Batman the Animated Series. It's like one of my favorites ever. It really got me interested in cartoons and everything. I mean, I was still interested in cartoons, but it's just really kind of pushed it because of the art style and everything. So I actually went up to him and talked to him for a little bit, told him how how much like Batman meant to me and everything. And he had a sign there that said, "Quick and crappy Batman sketch, $20." And I was like,
$20.
I was like,
I can do that.
I was like, I'll take that one out. And that's what he did. He did a really quick and crappy Batman sketch.
Yikes.
And signed it. And I don't know. Like,
how's it
I
look?
don't know if I ever. I mean, it looks like a quick and crappy Batman sketch. I can show you. The audience can't see.
Sure they can. Just close your eyes, listeners.
Uh,
And imagine.
It's a quick and crappy Batman sketch.
Wow, that was $20, huh? I could have done that.
Well,
exactly.
It's not the sketch. I mean, it's signed. It was the opportunity to meet Bruce Timm.
No, it's good.
That meant something to me.
Just make it your phone background. Oh, did you give him a hug?
Yeah, we hugged, we cuddled.
Oh. How much did that cost you?
Yeah.
I can't mention. I can't say. So I went back to get in line for the Arrow signing, and I was actually I was at a good place to go in because I was at a corner, and it was actually turned out to be right where the actors all walked by to go into the booth.
Oh.
So I got to see them walking by and going, hey, hey, hey. So that was cool. I kind of got to see them going in, and then they started the line. We started going through. The first person I met was Mark Guggenheim, who was the creator of Arrow.
Oh.
And he also saw my Doom shirt, and he was like, "Oh, Doom! Oh, I love playing that, like the old one and everything. Are they making another one?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm working on it."
Said, I'm making another one.
I kind of did. I was like, actually, I'm animating on it right now. He was like, "Oh, he got really interested in it," and kind of told him about it. Told him about QuakeCon coming up this weekend. And the guy that plays Wild Dog was right next to him, and he overheard that. He's like, "Man, I got Doom 2016 just sitting on my PS4 right now. I really want to play it." I was like, "Oh, you got to play it. Sequel's coming out."
Yeah, I do too. I've been sitting there.
You got to play it.
It may be a little much for me. I might wait for the Lilo and Stitch version.
You're gonna Chris Sanders it.
Yeah.
Nice. But then Katie Cassidy was next, and
She
plays Black Canary. She was the original Black Canary, not the. Well, there was the original one that was her sister. Is on Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
The white. And then she was like the second Black Canary who ended up dying at one point.
Spoilers.
Spoiler. It's long.
But now she's back as a bad guy one. I haven't watched it in like a season or two.
She's like Black Siren. She's from a different universe, like from the type stuff. But now she's good. She's good again.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And so, and I told her, I was like, my wife was supposed to be here. Like, she had won this. Thankfully, but they let us switch because she's in the room sick. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry." She felt so bad. So she
actually should have.
Yeah, she should have. And
it's her fault.
And so she wrote "Get Well, Jennifer" on the poster. That was nice. And then went on to Stephen Amell, who plays Arrow, and talked to him a little bit. I was like, "Oh yeah, we got to meet you once in Dallas." He's like, "Oh really?" And he kind of looked at me, and I was like, "You're not going to remember me."
Did you say that? Because that'd have been funny.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it, but I was in my head, you're not going to remember me. It's fine. And I told him the same thing. I was like, "Yeah, my wife's a big fan. She was supposed to be here. She got sick." She's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Oh, are you going to the panel later?" And I was like, "No, I mean, because you got to get in line like super early to go to these panels, especially like the big shows like that." And I was like, "No, we didn't have time to do any of that. Get in line." And he's like, "Hold on a second." And he like turned away and walked away for a second, and he came back and he handed me a pass to get into the panel.
Nice.
And that was so nice of him. He didn't have to do that. So it was passed so me and Jenny could go to the panel later. Yeah, it was super nice. And got to meet the guy who plays Diggle next. he was super nice. I told him about like the fan art that Jenny had done of him before. That it keeps getting passed around. It keeps popping up on Twitter. And he actually remembered it. He was like, "Oh yeah, the wedding scene." I was like, "Yeah, that one." And he like thanked her for that. And then next met the new Black Canary who was on the show, and she was staying next to James Bamford, who's like a stunt coordinator, director of some of the episodes, and they were kind of kidding around with the camera thing because they were both hot, and he was like kind of blowing on her face or whatever. And I was like, you need a.
They were hot.
They were hot. I was like, do you need a fan? And she's like, oh yeah. I was like, well, there's a ton of fans all around.
No.
Wait, did you say that, or did you just think it in your head, and then like later on be like, oh, I should have said that?
No, I actually said it, and she laughed. I was like, yeah, dad joke.
Oh no.
Oh man.
So bad. So funny.
You didn't mention you're with I Am Geek, did you? When you did that? Okay, good.
Wait a second. Why aren't you wearing an I Am Geek T-shirt to this thing?
Next day.
Oh, okay. See how it is. Which you can get at shop.spreadshirt.com/IamGeek.
And then James Bamford, he was really nice meeting him. It was cool because he does a lot of stunt work.
Oh, stunt work. Okay, yeah.
And directs a few episodes and stuff.
Yeah.
So we got to go to the panel, which was really cool. Brandon Routh showed up and like showed off that he was going to be Superman for the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and announced that it was going to be the Kingdom Come Superman, which is a specific like graphic novel thing for the comics, which is really cool. And it was an emotional panel. Like they're like, like, what do you love about Stephen Amell? And everybody like said what they loved about Stephen Amell, and he made him cry.
What did you say that you loved about him?
Oh, they didn't ask.
They didn't ask. I would have said that
what?
He is has wrestled in professional wrestling. That's why I like him.
True. That's true. And the abs.
Oh, you like the abs?
Yeah. He's an abs guy.
I like some of. I'm an abs guy.
I like the abs.
That's ab. That's abs. That's one ab.
The one ab.
One big ab.
That's what I've got. I've got one big ab.
I've worked on this one ab so long. I mean, it's
my whole life.
Yeah, it's good.
So did they tell more about the next crossover thing?
They didn't really. They kept a tight lip on kind of what was coming up. Even like they did like a trailer, which is online now, which you can see. And even in that, it really didn't show much of what was coming this next season. Of course, I mean they really just finished filming the first episode of the last 10 episodes. So I mean, I don't think they really had anything necessary to share. But he said it was going to be a happy ending.
Yeah, right.
We'll see.
Didn't what's her name? I mean, not to spoil stuff, because I mean, even I haven't watched it, so I don't know if it's true. Didn't what's her name leave the show? She
left. She's on Broadway now or something. I can almost guarantee. I really think she's going to show up on the very last episode.
Well, how did she leave?
Well, she left with the Monitor, like at the very last episode of the season. The Monitor is like the person kind of overseeing the Crisis on Infinite Earths, gathering heroes together to fight Anti-Monitor, and at the very end of that, like she like walked out to this like crossroads, and he showed up. He's like, "Are you ready to go?" And she's like, "Yes, I am." And they left. So I'm thinking she was going off to be with Oliver in probably the last episode.
What? I'm so behind. Literally, I have no idea what you just said. Like, where's Oliver? Oh, he's not on the show anymore? I'm so confused.
Well, the Monitor came and got him. He's going to be like a big cog in the work of the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like he's he's going to be something important in order to save all of the multiverse.
Okay, sure. Whatever you say.
He made a deal with the Monitor in order to save the Flash and Supergirl because they were going to die, and he made a deal with him, and he left to fulfill his deal at the end of last season.
Okay, so the crossover happened. We saw that, and then I didn't watch any of Arrow. So this happened at the end of the season of Arrow.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I could tell you about the Flash.
There you go.
Was he there?
Yeah, they were all there. I didn't get to see any of them, but they were all there.
Well, you probably couldn't see him anyway because he's so fast.
That is true. I did see Lando Calrissian.
No, what?
I saw Lando Calrissian. He was there at a booth signing.
Did you meet him?
I didn't get to meet him, but I saw him.
See how it is.
I met everybody else. I didn't get to meet him. I even later on I met up with our good friend Ming Chen.
Our good buddy.
good buddy. He remembered us. I was wearing my I Am Geek shirt when.
Nice. Did he say I am geek?
No.
What did he say?
I walked up to him. He was like, "Oh, hey!" So I mean, he remembered. Maybe he remembered geek. So
yeah,
that was cool. He was like, "Oh, are you here doing interviews?" I was like, "No."
Yeah, why not? Why aren't you there doing interviews? Come on, tell him to hook us up. Say, Ming Chen, hook us up next year for Comic Con.
Yeah, if you're listening, hook us up.
Yeah, right.
But he was nice. It was good to kind of talk with him briefly.
Cool.
But yeah, and the rest of the time, I mean, we just kind of hung out, walked around the floor. I bought toys.
Oh, what'd you buy, Chris? What did you buy catered to me?
Yeah.
What did you get us?
Just send it whenever, you
know. The knowledge.
Oh, stop. Stop. Just say you didn't get us anything.
What? You didn't ask for anything.
I think I did, but I shouldn't have to ask.
Yeah, we didn't have much luggage space.
You could have left Jenny there. Or
oh, okay.
All her stuff, all those fancy.
Well, I was putting her in the luggage.
No, like all her stuff. You could just left it there.
Oh, her stuff. Okay.
Oh well. What's your favorite thing that you got besides the horrible Batman?
My favorite thing I got was so there's a booth called Bluefin that I really like. They make really cool toys that are very articulate,
expensive,
and expensive. But it's an SH Figure Arts. Iron Man from the Avengers, like the first Avengers.
That's cool.
And it's super cool. I haven't taken it out of the box yet.
And we'll be giving that away on I Am Geek. You just have to like, subscribe.
You shut your face.
Share. You know, the people that gets the most listeners, people to listen to us, you know. We'll win a picture of it that Chris will send you.
It's just your face.
Just a picture. You just send him a picture of it.
Oh, and I got to eat Dole Whip. That was good.
I can eat that any time I want.
I can't.
Surely there's a place in Dallas that has it somewhere.
There is like an ice cream place. I mean, it's like a Dole Whip. It's not exactly a Dole Whip, but this one was authentic. Dole Whip. It was good.
You keep talking. I'm going to find you some Dole Whip in Dallas.
I mean, there's a place down the street that I can get like it's basically just a pineapple like ice cream, but it is dairy free, so I can eat it. But I mean, all the booths were really cool there. I mean, they had the Star Wars booth, which had like a bunch of the Stormtrooper outfits and everything throughout like the whole series of films up on stage, which is cool. The Marvel booth was cool. They each day like they would switch out like what was going to be up on stage. Like I saw a bunch of costumes from Pink Panther, but costumes from Black Panther.
And Pink Panther.
And Pink Panther.
All right, there is okay. There's 0 degrees, like in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 locations around Dallas. They have Dole Whip.
Okay.
Just so you know.
There you go.
I'll go there.
There's one in Plano, one in Dallas, one in Richardson, one in Irvine, Arlington, Carrollton. There you go.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you get that hankering for some Dole Whip, I've got you hooked up there. Dole Whip, the fresh maker. Not a sponsor.
No. Nor is that their tagline.
Did you see any? Yeah, it is. Did you see any cool cosplay?
There was a bunch of fun cosplay going around. One that I liked in particular was the punk rock Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
It's a thing in the comics. I think it's a skin that you can get in the Spider-Man game as well. I'm not sure where it came from.
Yeah, I've always seen it, but I'm like, what's that all about?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I've seen it a lot of places, and
they always make like maybe Gentle Giant. Whoever makes those always makes one of them, like a statue.
Yeah.
There's always a Spider-Man rock guy.
And there was some cool Mortal Kombat costumes. There was even like a Goro, and he had the 4 arms. Goro. But yeah, it was all really cool. I just saw them doing a signing, but the cast from What We Do in the Shadows was there. Cool. And Jermaine Clement was there with them signing.
That's cool.
So that was cool. It was cool to see them in person.
They were there with some business time.
Yeah, he had his socks on.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And our room in the hotel was cool too. Like, I mean, we had a view like right over the convention center, and we can actually see like the black vans and stuff that would bring the celebrities back and let them out. But we couldn't see detail because they had a big like billboard thing like covering up all the windows. And so it was just all these little tiny holes. So if you walked past our window looking out, you could see a good clear vision, but if you just stopped, it was
just running back and forth, looking
bunch of little holes. I'm just waving back and forth with my head, just looking at it like, okay, I can see out now.
That's funny.
But the FX booth was down below us, and so was the Adult Swim booth, which is like a carnival type thing that they had.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I mean that was pretty much our experience. It was really cool. We actually got to meet like a ton of people, which is awesome. But yeah, it was fun. I ran into a friend of mine that I worked with, Kevin Jackson, and his wife. She actually cosplays. She dresses as Power Girl. She does a really good job. He worked on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
I did ask him if he'd like to come on sometime. So we'll see.
What did he say?
He thought it was cool, so we'll see.
Next week? Wow.
Wow. And I've got a guest on that's or a guest to come on. He wants to come on. We got to pick a date, but he is I guess a background actor is what you call him. He was in Stranger Things season 3, and a bunch of things. But he was actually the guy that married Jennifer and me, which is funny. And now he's an actor.
He married Jennifer?
No, he married Jennifer and me. Like he said.
Can you do that?
Can you take her to be your wife?
Is it like?
Can you take her, please?
Brother husbands? Brother husbands? Like
no, like. Oh, gosh. He was the officiant at our wedding.
There you go.
Oh, well, I mean, out in public too.
You were there, so you know who he is. Both of you were there.
Oh, okay.
So you've met him. Anyways. Now he's an actor. Or background actor,
wow.
I guess.
Back actor.
Back actor.
Backter.
So yeah, so you had a fun time, but a whirlwind of a time.
It was definitely a whirlwind of a time. I was so tired after the fact. Like I've been having some back problems, like some sciatic nerve problems, and I planned on going to work the next day, but sitting on the plane coming home just really aggravated my back. And actually, they have those moving walkways.
Mm-hmm.
And we got off the plane, we're going to the car, and actually fell on that.
Sorry.
That was fun.
Wait, how did you fall in the movie walkway?
I was pushing like the roller bag, and it caught on the thing going onto it, and my was behind it, and so I just went right over top of it.
Wait, you went over top of it like you did a
I went
flip?
over the bag. Yeah, I went over the bag. I'm fine.
Well, good.
I'm not laughing at you.
Yeah. Oh no, you can laugh at me. It's
I'm
fine.
laughing with you.
I think you're laughing at.
That's the thing in our family. Whenever somebody gets hurt, we immediately just start laughing.
We just
then
laugh.
we go, "Oh, are you okay?" Man, you know there's some TSA employee watching the cameras, and they're like, "Look at that guy."
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure someone somewhere is still laughing at me. They probably made a GIF of me over and over again.
I wish if you're out there and you have that, please send it to
me. So yeah, by the time we got home, it was late, and I was like, I gotta take a muscle relaxer. I'm not getting up in the morning. So I slept till like 1 the next day. But
that's funny. Well, I'm glad you had a fun time.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really cool. If you ever get the chance to go.
I hope one day I'll get the chance. Someone will take me. I hope so. One day.
You heard him, Katrin?
Someone I'm related to.
We'll go.
That's bald. I'd go with Katrin. We'd have fun.
Yep.
So there was a bunch of news that came out of Comic-Con, but there was a bunch of Marvel news that came on the Comic-Con. And so since we're talking about Comic-Con, why not just talk about Phase 4 of the MCU, because they announced it there. And so I thought we could just do a rundown of what they announced and then get your guys' thoughts on what you think of it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you sort of indifferent? Or something else?
Mm-hmm.
So they announced it all. So I'm guessing it was one big thing and they just sort of announced them back to back to back.
Yeah, it was their Hall H panel that they had. No one knew what they were going to show. No one knew who was going to be there. So it was very mysterious. And, of course, people were waiting in line like the night before to get in. So, yeah, Hall H is the...
That's crazy.
Hall to get into.
Do they give stuff away at these things, or people just wait all night long to sit there and watch something that will be on the news?
Sometimes they do.
Later?
Like sometimes they give stuff away. For Star Wars one year, I think it was for the first one of the new ones. They're actually like at the end of it, they're like, "Hey, and for everybody here, we're going to take everybody over to the stadium, which is like right next door, and we're going to hold a huge concert with an orchestra, John Williams, and he's going to play like all the Star Wars score." And they like took everybody over there. And Kevin Smith's panel was directly after that, and so the hall was empty.
Oh, Kevin Smith! I'd like to see Kevin Smith.
Yeah, he was there. He always
He's
comes.
always there.
He always has a panel. And this year he was promoting Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I never saw the original. But...
I didn't either, but it was kind of funny.
All right, so basically they break it down with a timeline. I've got the timeline here in front of me. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
So the next Marvel movie will not be until May 1st, 2020.
Yes.
That's a while. They backed off on the Marvel movies. But Black Widow will be May 1st, 2020, which, I mean, she's dead, so how's this? Oh, spoiler.
Spoiler.
I mean, if you haven't seen Endgame, then it's the highest grossing movie of all time now. Beating Avatar, so if you haven't seen
it. They opened with that. at the Hall H. They're like, we finally passed them.
Yay! Finally.
Good. You get a trophy.
Yay! They said that the Black Widow, the movie, will take place in between Civil War and Infinity War.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be later, or like earlier than that.
No, that's when it's going to actually take place.
Huh.
And they said there's going to be multiple Black Widows.
Well, yeah.
There'll be more than one person.
Well, yeah, they have 2 other people that they've already announced that in the comics are in the Black Widow organization.
Yes.
Which one of them is played by the girl that played Paige in Fighting with My Family, or Fighting, the wrestling movie based on Paige's life. She's playing. Why did I just forget her name? The blonde-headed.
Yeah, now that you're saying that, I can't remember either. Start with a Y?
Yes, it does start with a Y, because there's a Marvel game that I play and she's in it.
Yeah, I do too. Yelena.
Yeah, so she's gonna play her, which is a sort of a nemesis of Natasha, right?
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. And then there's somebody playing a character who in the comics is Iron Maiden, who's another Russian agent, right?
I think so.
Like her,
might be Rachel Weisz. I'm not sure.
Yeah, her character has the same name as the person who is Iron Maiden in the comics. Yeah, like I know stuff. I know stuff.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
Nice.
And then David
Harbour.
Harbour is going to be playing a guy that in the comics, that character is sort of the Russian equivalent of Captain America.
Yes. The Red Guardian.
Yeah, the Red Guardian.
His name is Alexei, which is the same name from the Russian
it's too soon.
Guy. And
Stranger Things 3.
Things.
But he came out on stage with a Captain America shirt on, and he said something about that he has mixed feelings about Captain America, which sort of also alludes that he's going to be playing the Red Guardian.
Yes.
Which will be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. And of course, the Taskmaster is going to be the main villain.
Yes, Taskmaster is pretty cool in the comics. His costume's a little ridiculous, but it's cool. And they showed artwork, and it looks like they've done it up really nice. He's got like a skull mask type thing.
Yeah, he's cool.
But he can mimic like any movement. So basically, he watches videos of like Captain America and other fighters fight, and he can automatically like do the same moves and perform the same actions, everything, which is cool.
This should be cool. I mean, I still don't want her to be dead, but
yeah, she did.
Oh, why?
Oh,
they can always bring her back from another one of those alternate timelines.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Just go grab her. I mean, they've done it with everybody else. That's the one thing in Endgame. I'm like, wait, why can't you just get her? You got Gamora, Loki. Just go grab her. Maybe Deadpool. Maybe Deadpool will pick her up.
Deadpool will bring her back.
Oh, so Black Widow will be May 1st, and then in the fall of 2020 will be the first Disney Plus show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Yeah, which will have as their villain Zemo, right?
Yeah, Baron Zemo, who we saw as the villain, one of the villains in Age of Ultron.
No, or Civil War.
Or no, Civil War.
That's what I thought. I was like, it was Civil War.
He's from that country.
Yeah, but I was like, no, wait a second.
He showed up in Civil War.
So, but he has the purple mask.
Yes, they got like an accurate purple mask. It's going to be actual Baron Zemo, which is awesome.
That's cool. And then the next thing will be November 2020, which will be the Eternals. Which of the list, this one is for me. It's like, like I'm sure it'll be good, but it's like It's like before we knew the Guardians. Before the Guardians came out, people were like, "What's this gonna be?" This was sort of like that to me. Like, what's this one gonna be? Because I've seen the cast, and I'm like, okay.
I mean, I like a lot of people on the cast. I'm not a huge Angelina Jolie fan.
Yeah.
But she's been in some good stuff. So we'll see this. I mean, Jack Kirby, a big time comic book artist creator, he came up with them like the 70s, I think. They're basically immortals that live on Earth, kind of taking care of.
Did they say when this one's going to take place?
They haven't. I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like if they're immortal, I almost think it'll take place over different time periods.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's just a guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I just need to know more about it, because when I saw the pictures, it reminded me of the Inhumans show, which was sort of like, it was okay.
Yeah, that was.
It reminded me of that, so that sort of put it off for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. And then after that is another new one that most people probably haven't heard of, is the Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi,
The Legend of the
Ten Rings. Which is cool because they're actually going to have the actual Mandarin.
I hope so.
Not some fake Ben Kingsley Trevor or whatever.
Yeah. The real Mandarin. So that's what drew me to that one. I was like, oh, the Mandarin's going to be in it. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. But that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know much about. I just know he's the master of kung fu, I guess.
Yep. That's about all I know too. So.
And I guess it's in. I don't know what time period it's going to be in.
Yeah, he's been on a bunch of teams in the comics. He's been on Avengers and all kinds of stuff. But.
And then spring 2021 will be everybody's favorite title, WandaVision.
Oh yeah,
and it's supposed to be crazy psychedelic, pretty much.
Yeah, it'll really delve into her powers more, and there'll be some weird alternate reality type stuff happening, which is cool. I mean, they've done a lot of cool stuff with her powers in the comics. So I'm kind of looking forward to see what they do with that.
I want her to be losing her mind, and the way that Vision fits into it, which they won't do this because they'll bring Vision back somehow, but I want him to be sort of like the voice in her head, trying to calm her down, and you see him appear in front of her talking, but she loses it.
Well, that'd be cool. I can almost see it. She will actually kind of bring him back, but she'll also create a family because she's done that in comics.
Yeah.
She's actually made a family.
I would like for it'd be cool if he brought, she's bringing her back, and the whole time while she's trying to bring him back, he's in her head as the voice of reason saying, you don't mess with this kind of stuff. You don't do this. It's going to take you somewhere where you're not going to want to go. But they probably won't do that at all, because that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm wondering if somehow it's going to kick off mutations. It's going to kick off mutants.
Well, I know it's going to affect the next movie in the lineup.
Yes.
It comes out on May 7th, 2021. Is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is a mouthful to say.
They're having fun with titles. That's all. They're just...
Yeah. Which is supposed to be the first...
All long.
Yeah. First MCU horror movie.
Yes, because Nightmare is going to be the villain. There's a universe of just nightmares, and he rolls over it. Wanda is going to be in that movie.
And it's supposed to be the Scarlet Witch that we know from the comics, is what I've heard. So either they're retconning stuff, or WandaVision is going to set it up for her to be more like that character.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've retconned her character in the comics so much that, she was a mutant, she wasn't a mutant, she's a witch, she's a mutant and a witch. So,
what do you think, Katrin?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it'll be a while. Which leads us to the next Disney Plus, which is Loki, which is going to be the Loki from Endgame. that made his own.
Yeah, he escaped.
He escaped, so it's a different Loki than we've seen.
Yeah, it's Loki that, like, basically from the first Avengers movie, that Loki, like, he hasn't like become good or anything. He
so he hasn't had his growth from Thor 2 or Endgame and Ragnarok. He hasn't had that growth, so he's still going to be like jerk Loki, pretty much.
Yep.
Which should be interesting.
I think that was the original title of the show, was Jerk Loki.
I mean, this title is very short. You think they would have a longer?
Yeah.
Loki. No, not that Loki. The other Loki.
The one from Avengers, not Endgame, that died. Yeah, he's actually dead. But this one, he's alive.
Which there's some art or some like pictures going around from Loki. And I think it's the one I saw, and it looked like he was in a different time, like he went back in time or something weird like that.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what that's going to be about?
Well,
who knows?
And then summer 2021 will be the What If Disney Plus series, which will be an animated. So it doesn't really fit in with the rest of them. It's just going to be an animated series.
Yeah, What If is like a comic book that they started doing, like, what if Spider-Man became the Punisher, or stuff like that, where it's just kind of alternate timelines where things went differently, which is cool, and they're actually bringing a lot of the actors on to do the voices of their characters.
That's cool.
Like the first one they mentioned was going to be what if Peggy Carter had become Captain America.
Yeah.
Instead of Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Weird.
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 But it did happen. Then fall 2021 is going to be the Hawkeye series, or limited series on Disney Plus, and there will be Kate Bishop will be there, and I'm super excited for this one.
If you look, Jeremy Renner actually posted on Twitter or someplace he filmed it, like the opening sequence of Hawkeye. He actually filmed that. You can watch that online.
I can't wait for this one. It's too far away. 2021. I want that one here first. That's the one I'm looking forward to. Because I want to see, like he says, like Kate Bishop is going to be the better Hawkeye, is what he's saying. Like,
because he's Ronin now, and they were gonna explore that more in this series too.
So I'm looking forward to Kate Bishop and Hawkeye getting together, and he's going to train her, and it's going to be cool. And I'm really excited. And then Jim Renner's going to break out into a song from his latest album, and because did you know that he's a singer? He has a single out now.
Yeah,
the video is really good.
He is good. He's apparently had a band for quite a while.
Yeah,
and like that's his first passion is music.
He's good too. It's like sort of Imagine Dragons type sound.
Mm-hmm.
And the director from Thor Ragnarok, I always mispronounce his name.
Tahiti, what?
Yeah, he's in the video and he's dressing up and he's dressed up as a hot dog at one point. And it's funny. You need to watch the video. It's a good video, a good song. Tahiti?
If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
I know I would.
I know I would.
Which that rounds us out because he's coming back in November 5th, 2021 to do Thor Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. And I love the logo for that one.
I love the logo. It's like totally like metal, like 80s
it's like
metal.
They like took a picture off of the side of a van and then made the logo. It's so fun looking. And that one, which it surprised me, Natalie Portman
coming back. Didn't she hate the MCU?
Huh?
Doesn't she hate the Marvel movies?
So yeah, it's so weird because you see all this stuff online that she was upset with the movie. She didn't really like them because she didn't really like her character, like that she was more of a damsel in distress or whatever. Well, they lured her back because they're like, you're gonna be Thor.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they did it in the comics.
I know.
It was fun.
I'm just trying to see her as Thor.
Yeah. And
was she Thor in the
she's
comics?
Apparently, yeah, she becomes Thor in the comics.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense then.
Yeah, she actually
For
at
some
one
reason
point,
I thought it was somebody else.
No, at one point Thor becomes unworthy of his hammer.
Yeah.
And it goes to her. And at the time in the comics, like she had cancer, I think. So she was like really sick, and she wielded the hammer, but it actually like weakened her even more. Eventually, she died, but she came back. I'm wondering if they're going to do something similar, but instead of like cancer or whatever, if because she had the one Infinity Stone in her,
that's what I was thinking.
If it's like affecting her and kind of like, yeah, she's dying from that, and she gets the hammer.
They just came out with how it should have ended with Captain America going back and returning all the stones.
I saw that.
And they're like, okay, you have to take this one back and you have to inject it into Jane Foster. He's like, what? And it shows them like chasing her around, like, come here, I gotta stab you with this.
It's really funny.
It was funny. So I love Ragnarok, so I'm sure this is going to be good because it's the same director. I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to do this because you end Endgame with him with the Guardians.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that Guardians 3 would come before they do another Thor movie.
Yeah. Well, that's probably not happening because James Gunn is directing Suicide Squad right now.
No, I know, but I'm just like, how are they going to make him?
I almost wonder if it's just going to be some throwaway kind of funny thing where the Guardians like dump him somewhere because Star-Lord's tired of him, so he like tricks him off.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be in Volume 3.
He still could, he still could end up on Guardians 3.
Or maybe she becomes Thor because he's gone.
Yeah,
and he comes back like at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering where it's going to actually take place. I mean, it seems like it's going to take place on Earth because Valkyrie's going to be in it because she's the head of the.
Which I like her. I just didn't. One of the didn't she say at the Hall H thing? She's like, I guess I need to find my queen or something like that.
Yeah, she's out to find her queen because she's the king of Asgard on Earth because Thor left her that way. But yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be fun. I like her a lot. It'll be cool to see more of her and Korg. I can't wait to see more of Korg and Meek.
So it looks like a good lineup. Of course, we have Black Panther 2 is missing. Guardians Volume 3 is missing. Which everybody thought those two would be in this mix. So I guess after all of these movies, then we'll get Volume 3 of Guardians and Black Panther 2.
Yeah, and probably another Spider-Man. That'll be Phase 5. But,
if Sony works with Marvel. If not, then Sony's going to do their own thing.
And they had one more thing at the end of it. Blade.
Yeah. Which I'm excited for because I love the other Blade movies. But it was sort of a slap in the face to the Marvel Netflix shows because the guy that's playing Blade was a character on the Marvel Netflix shows. Yeah. So that pretty much says, you're not canon. You're not part of us anymore.
Yep. Pretty much.
Which stinks,
yeah. Oh, well.
Poor Marvel Netflix shows. But I'm sure it's going to be cool because I like the Wesley Snipes Blades. They were fun.
Yeah, they were good. I
like vampire things. So. And
they Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, he was in Luke Cage. He played like the
good villain.
I guess, if you want to call it. Did they hint at X-Men and Fantastic Four?
They said Fantastic Four was coming. They didn't say really anything about X-Men, but they said Fantastic Four was coming, and I'm wondering if they'll start to introduce them somehow with Doctor Strange, like in the multiverse stuff.
Maybe so.
because it can come in that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's interesting looking at this timeline, how they're doing this, because basically you're starting it off with Black Widow who's dead.
No.
And then you're moving into, like, movie wise, not Disney Plus. Then you're moving into 2 movies that we've never heard of. Like most people would be like, who are these people? And then you finally get a Doctor Strange movie, and then a Thor movie. So if you don't watch Disney Plus,
you're gonna miss out on a bunch.
You're gonna be lost a little bit.
Yeah.
So I may have to get Disney Plus.
Yeah.
There'll be those shows. There'll be Star Wars shows. There'll be a bunch of stuff to watch on there.
Yeah. There was also an announcement that basically they've taken Deadpool completely away from Fox executives and for the people that have been doing him. And the Marvel head, Kevin, whatever his name is,
Kevin
Feige is in charge of Deadpool now. Which, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It could be a long time before we see another Deadpool.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit. I mean, they did say that. I think they said that this timeline they put out doesn't necessarily include everything.
Oh.
So there could be some surprises that still show up every now and then. So, so that could be cool.
What surprise do you
want? I probably want another Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah. So since Thor is November 2021, I'm thinking Black Panther will be the first of the year, 2022.
Could see that.
That's what I'm thinking. And then Guardians will probably be later that year. Maybe.
Which some of the Black Panther cast could show up in WandaVision. That's where
that's true.
His body was last. Because some of these, like, you look at them like, oh well, these people could show up in this show. These people could show up over here. So I mean, you could still get little glimpses of the MCU as a whole.
Yeah, because I mean, Black Panther, people from Wakanda could show up in the Falcon and Winter Soldier too.
That is true because he was kind of
there for a while.
But,
which I wanted them to explore more of that with him there in Wakanda.
Yeah,
that'd been cool. Anyways, so that's the Marvel. There we go. There we go. While you were at Comic-Con, I was, and then we're going to end. I was in Dallas, so where you live, I was there, and you weren't there.
Yep. Yep.
But I got to go to the Void there, which was interesting because it's in a movie theater, which surprised me. I was like, "What? It's in a movie theater?" But they didn't. They have Ghostbusters there, and they have a Nicodemus horror type one, I guess. But they only do those on certain days of the week, and of course, I wasn't there for those. So they did have Shadows of the Empire, Star Wars one, and so my buddy Michael, I took him because he'd never been to one of those before, and he was blown away. Which I told him, I'm like, this is gonna be cool. But this is a quick story. So we get in there, and if you've done it, you get on a ship, and then you go down this. You get off the ship, you go into this hallway. And you see blaster rifles sitting there, and you're like, oh, and it's like a dead end. Like, what do I do? Because they're telling you to be quiet and be, So you pick up the rifles, and then you shoot something, alarm goes off. So we do that whole scene. So I know what happens. So I grab it, I shoot, and then it's like, go back down the hallway. So I'm running down the hallway. I get to that where you're looking out over the lava, Chris,
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got to shoot it. There's going to be stormtroopers. You got to shoot. Michael, and I turn around, and the hallway's empty. There's no one there. And I'm like, Michael, where are you? There's nobody there. The stormtroopers haven't come out. It's just an empty hallway, and it was so spooky because you're totally immersed in this environment, right? So I turn around, and then I see down in that room, like sticking out from the door, is one of the blaster rifles, like the tip of it. And I was like, oh, he must not have known to come back, so he's just sitting down there. So I walk back down the hallway, turn the corner, and there's just a blaster rifle floating in the air. I'm like, what is going on? Like, where did Michael go? I'm like, I don't remember this from the Orlando one. And then I hear somebody like in the distance saying, take off your visor. Take off your visor. And I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, Michael's completely gone. He's not even talking. I can't even hear him talk. And I'm hearing some voice saying, take off your visor. So I take it off. And Michael's just standing there with one of the workers. And I'm like, what is that? And then, so I got to see what it looks like without the, gear on. Mm-hmm. It's just like a big black, like hallways and, there's nothing there. It's just. So his froze on him. All he could see was me standing in front of him holding a gun. Not moving, just standing there. So it froze on him. So they took us back out and we got to do it like start from the beginning again. They switched out his backpack and stuff, which I didn't know. I knew at the end the droid was there. There was like a physical version of the droid that you could touch. The one that looks like R2, I don't know if you remember that. You can actually touch it. It's there. But there's actually a actual why did I forget his name from Rogue One? The droid from Rogue One.
BB-8?
No, from Rogue One.
Rogue One.
The big tall TK or something.
Yeah,
K2.
K2. Yeah, K2.
Yeah, K2. Yeah.
So at the beginning of this thing, he's there telling you what to do. So when you get back, there's actually a full life-size version of him standing where the projection is. I felt his head, I felt his arm, I felt his body. I'm like, I'm blessing this guy, but I was like, wow, it's actually like his whole body is just standing here. That was cool.
Yeah, I felt like when I went through it, like when he was standing there, I was like, I wonder if he's here. So I actually felt like I could feel the robot.
Yeah, I felt. I was like,
nice.
That's so cool. He's like right there. So it was cool. Michael was blown away by it. He's like, I didn't think that it would be that detailed because you don't hold stuff in your hands, but it sees where your hands are, and you have the Stormtrooper armor on, and you can move and gesture with your hands, and it's there. And I let him do the puzzle part for a while, Chris.
Yeah.
I was like, just do it, just keep doing it. And then I was like, oh, forget this. And I turned around and just shot it, and it blew up. He was like, what?
Nice.
It was funny. He's like, oh, what? He's like, let's get out of here. And then he wasn't expecting Darth Vader to pop up. And then when Darth Vader popped up, he about lost it. He's just like, what? It was cool. We got to get you to do it sometime, Catherine. It's amazing.
One of these days.
But yeah, I want to do the Ghostbuster one because I bet that one's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I want to go do that one. That one should be really fun.
I need to plan a trip to come up there.
Yeah, come on up.
Yeah, when you're in town.
Oh yeah. I'm a very busy person.
Because I really like Dallas. There's a lot of fun stuff to do with the kids. We did the aquarium one day, which was okay. It was more birds than fish, which I didn't understand. Then we did the Crayola experience, which was fun with the kids. Grant really liked wrapping. Like you pick the crayons and you could wrap your own crayons. And you could do all these like melting things with crayons. And then we did. They have a Legoland Discovery Center.
Yes.
Which is so much fun. They have like rides, full size rides in there. It's like an indoor theme park.
We went to the one in Atlanta. It was awesome.
Yeah, you need to come up. We need to go to Six Flags up here at some point too, because they have a Justice League ride. Oh. It's like a VR headset thing where it's almost like almost seems like the Spider-Man ride from Universal.
We got to plan this. Yes. Anyway, so that's been our Comic-Con coverage this year with our man on the street.
Yeah. One more thing though we didn't mention, but in the CW they're doing their big crossover coming up. We kind of mentioned that. But they're pulling like every actor from like every DC show that's ever been. It seems like Burt Ward's coming back to play Robin.
What?
Linda Carter is coming
Really?
back. Yeah, Linda Carter is coming back to play Wonder Woman. Tom Welling's going to be there to play Superman again. They're like, that's just the people they've said, because they said Brandon Routh is coming back. He's going to be Superman again, the Kingdom Come version. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they haven't revealed everybody yet, but like they're pulling everybody. If they got Tom Welling, I'm sure they're getting Michael Rosenbaum to come back as Lex Luthor, because there was a Lex Luthor who played a big part in the Crisis event in the comics. That'd be awesome. What I really want is Jensen Ackles, because
don't you tease me,
because he played Red Hood in the animated movie. He also was on Smallville, so he has a DC TV history. They need to, he even has a Red Hood like mask. Like there's pictures of him though. He
has the full outfit. Yeah,
he's got the full outfit. They need to bring him in, and while they're doing it, why not bring Jensen Ackles and he can just be Red Robin?
You mean wait.
Red Robin is
no.
Tim
You said
Drake.
You said Jensen Ackles twice.
Oh, Jared Padalecki.
Yeah, sorry.
You should bring Jared Padalecki right along with them. He could be Red Robin, because if they're doing the Kingdom Come, there is an older Tim Drake that is Red Robin in it. He can fit right in and just be that character.
Why do you do this to me? Now I'm like really super excited, and then they're not going to do it, and then I'm going to be disappointed.
They need to do it. I put a tweet out there.
Using our I'm Geek?
If you want that, no, I put it through mine. But I did like it and retweet it through I Am Geek. So if you want that to happen, get on there and retweet it. Get that going. Because I mean, they work in the same cities. They could easily pop over just for like one episode. They could do that. That'd be awesome.
Oh well, we'll see. I hope so.
And we can talk about it later. But I've got theories for Crisis. But I mean, we're probably already reaching our time limit here. So
we're over.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. But I just thought it was cool. They're pulling like all these old DC actors.
Yeah, it's cool. The booth is saying "wrap it up." I'm like, hey, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Why are you spinning your finger around and around? What does that mean?
Anyways, all right. Well, let us know what you think of all this fun news on Twitter, an Adam Geek Show, or join our group on Facebook. I Am Group. Let us know what you think and about all the news from Comic-Con. What's your favorite Marvel movie coming up? What do you think of all this DC stuff? We look forward to hearing from you. And then we will talk with you next time on I Am Geek. Good night, everybody.